Welcome to a coffee video. Today we're going to make an Irish frozen cappuccino followed by a millionaire's mocha, that's the ice version, and followed that by a matchmaker frappe, all with cold cream instead of cream on top. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. Okay, so your kit list for today: we're going to need the coffee machine to pull the espresso. If you don't want to use espresso, you can use a couple of spoons of instant coffee in some hot water. Give it a mix up, just a little bit of hot water, and then pour that straight into the blender. We're going to use ice. We've got our Irish cream flavouring, we've got our milk, we've got the blender, some cappuccino dusting for the top, and then we've got the little milk whipper, and we've also got the Oatly cream there, so it's a non-dairy cream. There we go, going to make the shot now. So 14 grams of coffee grind. Okay, 3 stages, so level, tamp, good tamp, and then wipe, and engage grip handle. Espresso cup underneath, and away we go. So now we have our shot, we're going to put the frozen cappuccino together in the blender. Right, so let's put this frozen cappuccino together. You can see here we've got the cappuccino dusting, we've got the frappe powder, that's 2 dessert spoons full. We've got a full glass there of ice. We've got our flavouring, we've got our espresso, we've got our milk, and then we've got everything that we need for the topping. Okay, so let's put it together. So first of all I'm going to go with putting the ice in, and then I'm pouring the milk, followed by the espresso there, some of the cream flavouring, and then we're going for frappe powder. Pop the lid on and we'll get it blended. So I'm going to blend this on number 1 setting on the T-File blend force. Okay, so now we're going to make the cold cream topping. Just going to take the lid off. I've got this little piece of equipment here which is for whipping the milk, and what I'm going to do is going to put some cream in there. You can use double cream, I've got the dairy free, and I'm going to add some flavour. Perfect. Put the lid on. Great thing with this is 4 clicks and it's off doing its own thing. There we go, we can hear it. And if I just pick you up and I'll show you, just inside you can see that whipping away. That's going to make a really nice pourable cream topping for our frozen cappuccino. Amazing. Okay, so let's get this frozen cappuccino on the road. We've got our lovely mixture there. That's just the perfect consistency. You can see that there. Amazing. Get rid of some bubbles, and then we're going to put a nice thin layer of cream on top. Maybe a little bit of chocolate dusting. There we go, and that's ready. So that's got some bubbles in too. There we are. And then, there we go. Nice thin layer of cream. Beautiful. And I'll get some chocolate powder, dust the top. Amazing. Now that really gives me those tastes of Christmas as well. So we're going to dive straight in for the taste test just as soon as we've done the Grand Tour. Okay, so diving straight into the Grand Tour. What an amazing drink. Absolutely amazing drink. You can see the cream layer on top. You can see the frozen cappuccino. Chocolate. Absolutely amazing. What a beautiful Christmas drink. Here we go, taste test of the frozen cappuccino. There we go, or Bailey's Irish Cream frozen cappuccino. Oh, that is amazing. That is absolutely beautiful. Oh, that is really, really, really good. Now, of course, you can get a syrup, which is a non-alcoholic syrup, which just gives you that flavour. That's the one that I've used today. Or you can go whole hog and get the original Bailey's. Just use an espresso glass just to measure out, because then you're getting the right level of flavour for 16 ounces of mixture. And then pour it straight in, exactly the same as I did, but you're going to use the alcoholic version instead. But that gives you that real, absolutely beautiful, smooth flavour of Christmas coming through there. Perfect for any Christmas day or festive event, so just wow your friends. So have a go, let me know. We're going to move straight on to the next one, but please, I hope you enjoy. Okay, so the Millionaire's Mocha kit list. You're going to need Frappe powder, so this is just 2 tablespoons of Frappe powder. Stick that into a search on Amazon and it will come up. We've got some chocolate sauce and some caramel sauce. We've got our milk, so 150 millilitres. If I didn't have coffee, I would add a little bit extra, but I'm using 30 mils of liquid, so I just need to be aware and just adjust how much milk I put in because of the extra liquid. Ice, I've got a little bit more ice, so only maybe 3 pieces of ice more than I'd normally use, simply because this mocha has coffee in it. The coffee's hot, the coffee melts the ice. So just be aware of that. Be aware of your consistencies when you're making. Okay, because it's Millionaire's, a Millionaire shortbread has shortbread. So here we go, 2 shortbread biscuits. One I've just cut in half, and they're going straight into the mix. And then the ones down here, I've just rough chopped, just for a topping. Really easy. Hot chocolate, and then we're going to use a cold cream topping. So that's going to be a chocolate and caramel flavoured cold cream topping. So I've just used a non-dairy cream, but you can use double cream, whatever you like. The same with the coffee. I'm going to use the coffee machine to pull a double espresso. If you don't have an espresso machine, this one is the Barista Max. This one's about 4 years old, so it's had a good run. It still works really well. If you don't have a coffee machine, just get some instant out the cupboard, and 3 teaspoons of instant make a brilliant mocha. Just bear that in mind. Okay, without further ado, let's get cracking with it. Right, so I'm just running the espresso now, you can see that. If you want to see how to make the perfect double espresso, then just hop on to my espresso video. It shows you all about how to weigh and measure and set up your grinder and everything to get that perfect finish inside. You can see the colours, you can see the dripper, it's dripping really well. Absolutely perfect. I mean that is partly because of the setup of the machine, but also partly because of the bean. I'll show you the beans real quick. Here we go. So Brazilian Santos. These are a whole bean. They're amazing. They're actually our own brand. These are the ones that we make. They're available on our website. They're around about £7.50, I think, something like that, for 250 grams. Really professionally roasted whole bean. And that gives you this amazing looking espresso. I mean, you can't smell it on YouTube, but if you could smell it, you'd be able to smell those really beautiful coffee smells coming through. Beautiful aroma. The taste is really good. So I suppose these beans, what do they taste like? I suppose the only way I can describe it is to say that if you like Starbucks and you like Costa, but you want something around about in the middle, so you want a whole bean, because Costa beans are a Mocha Italia and they're a mixture of Arabica and Robusta, to give a really smooth kind of chocolatey caramel taste, whereas Starbucks, they are a pure Arabica bean, so you get the stronger aroma, you get the stronger flavour of coffee. This kind of sits as a whole bean in the middle. So you're still getting those stronger flavours, but you're still getting a nice smooth flavour along with it. You're getting this beautiful crema on top. Wonderful colour, wonderful flavour and wonderful aroma. So this is why in all my coffee videos I pretty much just use the Brazilian Santos, because I just absolutely love it. Anyway, let's get on with making our Millionaire's Mocha Frappe. Okay, so diving straight in, take the lid off the blender. We're going to go straight in for the ice first. Next we're going to go with the milk. And we're going to go frappe powder, coffee. We're going to add our one shortbread biscuit chopped in half. To give it that, we're going to add the chocolate sauce straight into it, a good squeeze, give it that colour. We're going to add hot chocolate powder. So I normally put kind of 3 dessert spoons in of hot chocolate powder. We're going to go with the caramel. There's going to be loads of flavour in this one, loads and loads. I'm going to put a bit more chocolate sauce in than I did before. There we go. Pop the lid on and we'll go for the big switch on. What I'll do first though is I'm going to pick you up and I'm going to show you how it looks. Here we go. Come along with me. So on this one, so we've got a Tefal blend force. This is probably the best domestic blender that I've used for frappe, because there's a lot of ice in there. It really needs chopping up, otherwise you get a lumpy frappe. This does the job absolutely perfectly, and I'm not paid by Tefal to tell you that. Tesco's, 30 quid, not the most expensive in the world. Really good quality though, really good. I think it's the way that the blades are positioned inside the jug. Okay, so I'm going to knock it onto a number 1. And I think the number 1 is just slow enough to spin the frappe but really chop up the ice. So you can hear those pieces of ice being chopped up, and when the sound changes, you can tell that then the blender is doing its job. was really quick. Really, really quick. So I heard that sound change where the big pieces of ice were no longer being chopped, and I knew then that the blender had basically done its job. Let me just check on number 2. Absolutely perfect. It's done exactly what we need it to do. Okay, so let's get this built. Next job is the cream topping. So what we're going to do is going to use this non-dairy again. We're just going to pop that inside. You can see how much. I'm just going to cover that. There we go. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some chocolate sauce in that. Let's have a look and see. There we go. Okay. And we're going to put the lid back on. And we'll set off the whipper. 4 clicks. And you can hear the whir. So that's preparing right now. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is pour the mixture into a flat frappe glass. This is the one that I use for ice. So I filled this to the top with ice, and then I know that it's kind of the right amount. Oh, look at that. It was the right amount of ice for the drink. So we're just going to put a nice thin layer of cream on top, and then we'll give it a taste and see whether we've actually made what we needed to make. We've got biscuit topping, and I'm also going to use a bit of chocolate dusting. Again, these little dusters, you can get them on, there they are. You can get them on Amazon. I think this was about £6. You just put you can put hot chocolate powder in there, or you can buy some cappuccino dusting. There we go. And when you hear the beep, we know that the cream's ready. Give it a bit of a shake. I'll show you there. You can see that nice thick consistency, so we can start to pour on top. And it'll start to settle. Give it a shake. There we go. That's looking really, really good. And then I'm going to put a bit of this in the middle. A little bit more. Knock it back. So whenever you get to these, if you're pouring it out and then there's a big lump, just knock it back. Give it a bit of a shake. Go back for some more. Biscuit topping. Chocolate powder. Just a light dusting. And there we have it. Millionaire's Mocha Frappe. Now, I don't know what you think, but this to me looks like something I would get if I was going out for a cocktail, somewhere really posh. Certainly not like a drink that I've just knocked up in the kitchen and it's taken me literally 5 minutes to make it. Definitely let me know in the comments if you make it yourself, if you put any variation, you make it with oat milk or soy milk or anything like that, just let me know. I am definitely going in for a taste test. Okay, here we are, the Millionaire Mocha Frappe. Let's go straight in for a taste test, see what it's like. See if it's as good as I said. Oh yeah. Most definitely. That's the one. That's hit the spot. You've got 2 different types of chocolate in there. So you've got the chocolate sauce and you've also got the hot chocolate powder. So traditionally mocha is made with the hot chocolate powder because it's kind of like a hot chocolate coffee cappuccino. So I can really taste the hot chocolate powder in that. But also underneath that is the flavour of the chocolate sauce. And then underneath that is the caramel. Mix that in there with the cream topping. Absolutely perfect. I mean, come on, this is some kind of drink, I tell you. and I've not seen this for sale anywhere. So you're making this at home from scratch for yourself, and it's better than what you can buy in a cafe, even a branded cafe up the road. Absolutely beautiful, I'm telling you. And it probably only cost you £1 to make something like that. I need to put it down because very soon my my January diet is going to be epic. Perfect. Okay, so let's jump straight into the Matchmaker Frappe. This one has got those beautiful mint undertones. I'm sure you'll enjoy it. Let's get it done. Let's get straight into the Matchmaker. So what you're going to need is you're going to need your ice. Just there. So I suppose an easy way of working out how much ice out is that is the cup that I'm going to use, the glass I'm going to use. So I've just filled that to the top with ice because that seems to give me the good ratio. You're going to need frappe powder, 2 tablespoons full, 150 ml of milk. You're also going to need matchmakers, and then some matchmakers chopped up for the topping. You're going to need some cream to make the topping as well, and you're also going to need mint syrup. So this is the mint syrup I would normally use. Nice mint syrup, but what I'm going to do is I find it easier to put it in a squeezy. Okay, you're also going to need some coffee, so I'm going to use espresso, but you can also use 2 to 3 teaspoons of instant coffee in this one. And it works just the same. I just like the flavour that comes from a double espresso. Okay, so let's get moving with it. Here we go, we've got the espresso pulling off now. Let's have a look. Beautiful colour. Take it over into the light tells the tale. There we go. So again, Brazilian Santos bean, beautiful double espresso. I mean, you could just have that with a glass of water. Absolutely perfect, especially this time of day. Okay, so without further ado, let's put this together and get it blended. Okay, let's get straight in. In with the ice, in with the milk, coffee, frappe powder. Okay, what's next? So, chocolate sauce, mint sauce, and then we're going to need some matchmakers. Put as many as you want in, or as little as you want in, depending on your point of view. Okay, lid, and let's get this blender blasted. Now I'm going to pick you up and bring you with me. So you can see, I'm going to knock it over to number 1 at first, exactly the same as I always do. And it's looking good to me so far. I've just heard the change. So that change in tone lets me know that the big pieces are being chopped up. Okay, so it's topping time. I'm going to use this little whipper. There we are. That's a good amount. I'm just going to pop a little bit more in. There we are. So just covering the piece at the bottom, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some mint in there as well, so you can see some mint in there. Set it off. Just give us that lovely little hint of mint green in the topping, as well as a mint flavour too. 4 clicks. Oh yeah, you can see that colour now as well. That colour and that one, that frappe. Okay, let's start putting it together. Right, I'm going to get the frappe mix. I'm just going to bang the jug just to make sure it's not full of bubbles. Okay, and there we are. I'm going to go with that much because I'm going to have a little bit more room than on the last two ones for the cream on top. You can see the matchmakers within that. You'll be able to see the colour of the coffee. I can already smell the mint. Perfect. I'm just waiting for this to finish. And we're going to need matchmakers as well. So part of the topping is matchmakers. Part of the topping as well is those little pieces. And we're going to make this look like a beautiful cocktail once this is finished. And it's taking its sweet time, I tell you. Here we go. Nice consistency. There's a couple of bubbles. I don't bang it too hard because we don't want to break it. But we don't want bubbles. Here we are. Be really careful just to try and keep the line clean. And of course we don't want to overfill either. There we go. Give that a second. Flatten that off. Okay, so in the manner of being really careful, we're going to put some of these in the middle. Oh, and they're sinking. Oh no. There we go. And then we're going to use two of these crossing over. So one there and one there. Beautiful. Then we're going to get some chocolate powder or cappuccino dusting and just dust the top. Just a little bit. Perfect. And there we go. One matchmaker frappe. Bring you over. We're going to go straight in here with the Grand Tour. So you can see. See how good that's looking there. Imagine sitting and drinking that and then using those long matchmakers to stir it in, dip them in, and then taking a bite. And you get that coffee and that mint, the chocolate. Wow. I mean, that's a proper Christmassy drink as well. Oh, we've made 3 really, really good Christmassy drinks in this vlog. This one's probably about the best. The best of the best. Beautiful. Right, okay, so taste test. Right, we're going to taste test this amazing looking drink. There we go. Look at that. We'll see what it's like. And they say the proof of the pudding is in the eating. Oh, that is amazing. That is, I know I say this a lot, because I make a lot of coffee. And I like coffee. And I like frappe. And I say it a lot. But that is absolutely beautiful. That is so smooth. It's not overpowering. It's not like a massive sugar rush. It's a really smooth frappe that you can taste in there, the matchmakers. You can taste the coffee, you can taste the chocolate, you can taste the mint. You've got that cream on top, which is just mixing in with the flavour. Incredible. That has a wow factor. If you like mint and you like coffee, that is the wow factor. So that's 3 drinks to really impress people at your house this Christmas. It's not going to cost you a fortune to make them, but the wow factor you're going to give people is amazing. Okay, so that comes to the end of the video. You'll be able to see behind me the kitchen is a mess, and I'm going to clear it all up in a moment. But for now, let's just recap. We went straight in there with the Bailey's Irish cream flavoured iced or frozen cappuccino, and then we moved on to the Millionaire's Mocha, and we finished with the Matchmaker Frappe. So 3 really amazing, festive, right time of year Christmas ice drinks, and I hope that you're able to make them yourself. Put any variations you want on in terms of non-dairy. Plenty of products out there. You've got Oatly, you've got Alpro, you've also got Supermarket's own brand. But yeah, go for it. Go for it 100%. If you don't want to use espresso because you've not got an espresso machine, then just jump onto the instant coffee. As I said before, make it, give us a like, send me a comment if you want to send me a comment, send me a question if you want to send me a question. I have no problem. That was my final Christmas seasonal coffee videos that I'm going to make. I think we're going to be jumping straight on to January and looking at nice early year drinks. But yeah, subscribe if you want to see some more. I hope you enjoyed watching this video as much as I enjoyed making it, and I absolutely love making these coffees for you guys. So thank you for your support. I really appreciate it. Like I said, give us a subscribe, give us a like, and we will see you next time.